This is Planet Theia, a hypothesized ancient planet from what's known as the early solar system. Now, the early solar system refers to, you guessed it, the start of the solar system. And basically 4.6 billion years ago, the solar system was a cloud of dust and gas known as a solar nebula. And then it turned into lots of planets. And Theia was supposedly one of those planets. And what makes Theia interesting is that around 4.5 billion years ago, it kind of collided with Earth to form the moon with some debris that came off of the collision. The moon was formed. And according to Microsoft Edge, scientists believe that two mysterious dense zones 1,000 miles beneath the Earth's surface are actually leftover Theia mantle materials. I think that's pretty cool. Now, there are lots of planets that we could talk about in this video, or former planets, but they didn't really disappear. They more were just reclassified, like Pluto was reclassified as a dwarf planet instead of a planet. But instead, I want to focus on something else, which is actually kind of crazy. So at the moment, I'm on the Wikipedia page for the list of hypothetical solar system objects. And they actually just have a place for planets. And I mean, this is just crazy. There's one called Fifth Planet, which is in brackets hypothetical, and says historical speculation about a planet between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter, which is pretty cool, although surely that could just be an asteroid. Hold on a second. So they've actually got planets which could be this fifth planet. So there's one called Phaeton, a planet situated between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter, whose destruction supposedly led to the formation of the asteroid belt. Oh my gosh. Oh. And then it says this hypothesis is now considered unlikely since the asteroid belt has far too little mass to have resulted from the explosion of a large planet. In 2018, a study from the researchers at the University of Florida found the asteroid belt was created from the fragments of at least 5 or 6 planetary-sized objects instead of a single planet. Okay. And then there's one descriptively named Planet 5 or Planet V, a planet thought by John Chambers and Jacques Lesueur to have once existed between Mars and the asteroid belt, based on computer simulations. Now, I saved this one. This is the fifth planet. This one is actually super cool, and I might have to do a whole video on this one. Krypton. Yup. It says here, right on Wikipedia, Krypton, named after the destroyed native world of Superman, theorized by Michael Ovenden to have been a gas giant between Mars and Jupiter, nearly as large as Saturn, and also attributed for the formation of the asteroid belt. I mean, what? And then we've got one which I was also saving, which is also a planet in the comics. This one is the Marvel planet, the Marvel Comics planet, which, so you might already be able to guess, it is Counter-Earth. This is actually crazy. We've had DC and now we've had Marvel. Anyways, Counter-Earth is a hypothetical body of the solar system that orbits on the other side of the solar system from Earth. So, you know, a counter-Earth. Or Antichthon, some Greek thing. So this was thought up from pre-Socratic Greek philosopher Philolaus, so before Socrates, to support his non-geocentric cosmology in which all objects in the universe revolve around a central fire, unseen from Earth and distinct from the sun, which also revolves around it. Supposedly, people in these UFO claims, UFO sightings, are trying to use Counter-Earth as a point, and Aristotle has called Counter-Earth another Earth, and it's all part of this weird Greek Pythagorean universe. This is too much for me. I think I'll just stick to Counter-Earth from Guardians of the Galaxy.